Once this full screens, I'm gonna check my audio again. Then we'll hop right into this. That sucks. I figured out next time that happens, I won't have to restart it. Yeah. Give it a second to catch up. Oh no. Oh. Okay. Yep. We're good. We're good. All right. Once we get into the actual game, I'm gonna check it again just to give it something. So basically, what happened was it just froze on the settings scene, and it wasn't displaying for like the last like 20 minutes. I might just go to where we ended off before like the settings just to give you like a better thing. So here, we're gonna go to this, and we're just gonna skip through. Yeah, sorry. This is gonna be. I'm also gonna use this time to check to make sure that it's actually displaying the stuff now. Yeah, mute my phone as well. Gosh, streaming's fun though. I like it on PC because there's a lot more I can do with it. Probably still catching up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn on. Okay, yeah, no, it's still catching up. So it was about we're gonna go when when they're talking in the back of the room, because that's about when it cut out. I'll go slower, so if you miss anything, you can catch up if you need. But nothing. One minute, it looks like the stream froze again. Alright. Okay. Let's make sure that was panning through it. Yep. Alright, we're good. Let me get. Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about, like, it was weird how it's like, yeah, you probably should read a book if someone bought it for you specifically to read. Read at your own pace. Yeah. Alright. Checking in the corner, we'll continue about here once the audio starts, and then, alright. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. Slump down the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. I feel, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I'll probably fall asleep right now. Close my eyes and end up listening on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is the idea of literature seems too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know. We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That's like a really long Like it's not even a or a It's like a It's a microwave. Doesn't solve the problem though. Eh? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will ever come in the first place if it's a literature event. It's more important to figure out how people get to show up in the first place. I mean, So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is talking really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes. Ah, good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Hey, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. And that works out perfectly. Wasn't that why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. We've already gone over this. Just silence. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I'm gonna take a swig of water. Okay, this is like the part where she gets real close up. Good water though. Let's see, stream's doing. I wonder. No, we're still talking fine. Yep. Um. Yep, we're good. Found myself smiling. In the end, Sayori still used herself. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all. Sorry. There's this little part I'm gonna be kind of trying to speed through it because I'm kind of bored of reading this part. You know, nothing interesting is really happening. I'm in life, I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. Can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh, well, you can see into her eyes now. I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. Nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. Yeah, not every day. It's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? That's... It's a secret. I knew it. Come on! At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair's sticking out all around here. Ah, oh my god. I rub my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is really just hard to get right. I won't fall for that. More than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't even straight either. There's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. Trying to wipe off the stain with my finger. Ooh, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. No one's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that. Hey, you meanie. Don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori? Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. Starting to button her blazer from the bottom. This is my thing though, is it's like, this is more of a her thing to do. You don't really, that's just, there's a thing called boundaries. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Okay, this is just really awkward. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does this kind of things. Eh? Don't say that. It'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this, aren't you? Ah, I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button nearest to her chest. Does this even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Sigh. Who writes sigh? It's just like make a noise like a or I wish that's like some if anybody was able to change how sighs work, I think it would be funny if like sighs worked where at the end you're like expulting all of the air out of your lungs. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you still smiling about? It means my kahuna's gotten bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... Ah? Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? Because the entire time we've known her so far, she has had an unbuttoned blazer. But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Yeah, at least it's like straight now, I guess. Phew. It's so much better. Sayori puts her arms around and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying I think it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't let you do things like this. And let you take care of me better than anyone else would, anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Or you could just wear like a traffic cone on your head. Actually, probably not. Oh dang, I didn't even see the last one. Whatever. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. It's a deal. Guess we are really better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. That's kind of sad. Kind of sad. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Aw, but I was joking that time. Yeah, sure. Man, it's impossible to tell you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monaco suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Mr. Crimson, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation and can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I really couldn't find much inspiration since I've really never done this before. Yeah, nothing eludes me. I'm a one trick I mean, I'm sorry, I'm a master of all cards. Jack of all trades, you get what I'm saying? No poem's gonna hold me down, though. Well, I know that everyone's ready, so why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Maka enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. I mean, I guess, like, it can get crinkled, I mean, having it for a little while. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay, why don't we just go down the list? Definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. My good friend, after all. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Mr. Crimson. Eh? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. So, you know what, not even at least. This is just, you don't admit defeat. Well, maybe that's why. Maybe because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. Sure, Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki. Well, definitely Natsuki. She just can't shut up. Every now and then, at least. Are you sure you don't like it because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a mystery. Yeah, baby, trademark that. That's what I'm calling all my. I should like before streams that aren't this, because This was gonna be like a day-to-day stream type thing till I finish it. I'm gonna try to like slow the pace down a tiny bit. But maybe I should like write a cheesy little poem or song and then sing out of the gang. And then end every single one of them off with a. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel extra special. I feel like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? Just like I said before, Mr. Grimjaw. Deep down, you're not shellfish. You're not even a shellfish at all, are you? You know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. I guess. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motivation here. Then again, I can't deny that she's a part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure that you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be the, that'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine. Ooh, okay, 1 minute. I gotta read this in the Sayori voice. It's weird because Monaco, Sayori, and Natsuki are kind of close. Yuri's the only one I gave any, like, emotion to. Or, sorry, anything really. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my. Dear Sunshine, the way that you glow through my blinds is in the morning. It makes me feel like you missed me. I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing this voice. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like sad you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me get out of bed, making me rub sleep from my eyes, Are you waking me to come out and play? Or are you trusting me to wish away a raining day? I look above, sky is blue, secret but I trust to you. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. Still try my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. Or it came out nice, or how should I put it? It just sounds like... Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. But I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Oh, sure. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Alright, let's see. Suki, she's gonna be like, you're sucked. Just silence? I didn't really need that. Huh? What inquisitive silence? Mr. Crimson, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. I'm gonna hit you in the head with a dead. Like, why are you so, like, mean for no reason? Well, what? Harsh? What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this class? You think I'm stupid? Kinda. I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? Oh, she read my poem already. I don't know why, but for a little bit I thought that it was her just like being an asshole for no reason. If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Well, you know, it takes one to know one. Oh, wait, never mind. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets leap. Horses race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs run. Eagles fly. People try. That's about it. You calling mine bad? I didn't even read mine, but I'm pretty sure, like, mine's better than that. Yeah, I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Okay, now I'm just kissing butt at this point. Friggin', oh my god. Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. If you join a literature club, I'd at least expect a tiny bit better than like a third grader's poem. Or second. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but hit you hard. Like in this poem. Yeah, it hit me real hard. Eagles can fly. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. Disheartening. I don't think I've ever heard actually like anybody really use that word. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. I like to set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps me bring out the feeling in that last line. So you did? I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Okay, calm down. Alright, eagles can fly. We could have done better there. Come on now. At least make a better friggin' title to it. I'm glad you learned something. Huh, sounds like you haven't. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. Decided to humor her with that last comment. I really don't care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Yeah, 'cause she looks like a freaking 5-year-old. Okay. Yuri's probably gonna be the one that actually criticizes fairly. Oh, and this one I actually have a voice for, so it's not me just trying to enunciate a tiny bit weird. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes more than enough time for her to finish reading. Um. Oh! Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. Uh, um. Fine, and don't force yourself. I'm not. Just I need to put my thoughts in the word. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? Just making sure. I guess might after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No, I did I just raise my voice? Why are you questioning that out loud? We all like okay. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Mary buries her face in her hands. Her hair is an extension of her face. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. Okay. He really likes to like stare. Yes, this kind of looks like a lottery ticket. Okay. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there's so many specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And been writing through that myself, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing is, like, I recognize in new writers that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they try to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri, oh, once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. But yeah, I'm still talking. I gotta check every now and then. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I am gonna look at my stream real quick to make sure we're actually to the. Okay, we're fine. It might take you some time, but all it comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Me too. I wish it was that way too. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Yeah, she definitely can. She's over here like, oh, You fucking suck ass. And friggin' I'm just like, look at your poem. Like, at least friggin' Sayori wrote a poem that she was there. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I don't know why I had a lisp there. I guess I, took some feedback. Raiders have lisps. I'm not sure if Yuri is I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. Love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, this isn't supposed to be a literature club. Ghost Under the Light. I can, like, okay, she has freaking cursive handwriting. I know how to read cursive, but I don't know what the first freaking, is it tendrils? Tendrils. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining straight light to have withstood time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of future. I bathe. Palms breathing air of the present while living in the past. The flight flickers, I flicker back. I really need to see my poem if I did that so bad that, like, okay. I think Sayori's was more fun, because this one was on purpose trying to be, like, really out there, when really, like, it wasn't. Like, I feel like Sayori's was at least more down to earth. Hey, I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. Your handwriting's fine, your poem sucks. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Yeah, you bet it did. Freaking, I didn't know. Like, I heard the word tendrils before, but it didn't look like it was tendrils. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. And true, I guess. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you in the ghost here? Oh, are you in a ghost series? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Mr. Crimson. Let's see. So it was about her hair glowing under the amber, but also in a bath. Is she taking a bath under the street light? Because I understand like the amber glow of a street light, but I don't really get how her hair comes into this. Like I know the bath, but it's like maybe the street light's in her home. Maybe she is a street light. I don't know. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Mr. Kenton. Really? I must have totally, I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. There was nothing that really made me think of a ghost. Maybe it was the tendrils part that I didn't get. Maybe that has like a better meaning that I don't really understand because I don't know what tendrils are. Lingering in her past remaining place of comfort, I'm able to let go of the past. I remember some about it, but it didn't really seem, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't really thought of that. That's impressive. Not really, but it's nothing really. But it makes me happy to think that you think that. Just remember, it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. Can not you? You silly goose. There's only one. It all comes back to Monica. Hi, Mr. Crimson. Have a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Mr. Crimson. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. And Mako, my poem. I want to read my poem now. I want to see what oh my god. Hmm. I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? Be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well. We may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Hmm. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you sounds like you two are really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show in different ways, it end up being more similar than you think. So I think that's kind of the vibe I get when I'm reading your poem. Hmm? You sure you're not reading into it too much? I think I could be. Oh gosh, I might sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions and happiness and sadness. Who knows that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each your own. You shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this though. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. Not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. That's because I have to sound that's that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Alright. Oh, we have to scroll down. Wow, the paper's got a whole web page going here. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction of spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? Angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind. Like a film left out in sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Is there more? Nope. So, what did you think? Hmm. very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Uh, well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monaco's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on one specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark ink puddle. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Oh boy. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. It was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing ability. Sayori liked it. Monaco thought it was pretty cool. And then the other two just were like, yeah, it fucking sucks. Even though Yuri's was just like, I felt it was a little too deep for the little bit she wrote. Then I felt that then I felt like Natsuki's was a really simple and not really well put together. I don't care. As if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each other expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Uh, uh thanks. That is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean I have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Sorry, you have to come. Thanks, but I really didn't need to come out nice at all. Um, well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have just asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Mr. Crimson did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Oh, she's gonna say a bad word. Richard Crimson my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Uh-huh. That's not what I... Yeah, it is... You're the... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Mr. Crimpton appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I'd deliberately go out of my way and make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs I wasn't the one whose kahunas magically grew a size bigger as soon as Mr. Crimson started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This, this doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting you guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Mr. Crimson! He's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Please help me explain that to her, Mr. Crimson. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and the meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Mr. Crimson? Um, bad? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Let's just do the third option. I feel like if I pick this, Natsuki's gonna be overly just mean to me for the rest of the thing. If I pick her, then Yuri's gonna be really sad and like not really open anymore. Natsuki? Did I click the wrong one? Natsuki glares at me, drying up the words that any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Yuri. Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting and making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know that you're making your friend feel like this? Mr. Crimson? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's so unfair for others to interject their own feelings in our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri to what a suck-up jerk she is being. He would never! He would never! It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop! Is this like a fill in the blank area? Why is there an underline, not dots? Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems? They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. Yuri's poems are because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. Why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's kahunas are always the same as they were. Alright, sorry. And Yuri's kahunas are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori? Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah, not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways. Isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her getting herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. I look at her, wondering how suddenly there's a draft of wind that's blowing her across the room. Who opened up a window? Is there a tornado warning? Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. I could only get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Mr. Crimson, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a new